Hey, so this is Jordan Plantiko. I'm an IFBB Pro Classic Physique Bodybuilder. I'm 22 years old, going on 23 next month. I'm about 5'10" and a half, about 195 pounds, probably 215 in my off season, and I am getting ready for the Chicago Pro.
And what show did you just win, bud?
Which show? The Omaha Pro.
Okay, the Omaha Pro.
Yes, Omaha Pro. Getting ready for the Chicago Pro. I think we're 8 days out now.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 days. And yeah, we just hit some back here today for the shoot.
Go ahead and take us through the movements you did, bud, and what you like about each movement.
Yeah. We started with pull-ups.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of pull-ups. I think that's probably one of the best exercises for overall back development, good width, and then just bringing out all the detail and separation, especially since we're so close to the show. We followed that up with some hammer strength, single arm rows. I like the unilateral movements. Again, it just kind of helps you hone in and focus on one body part at a time. Did a lower grip so we can work more on lats and kind of wrapping around the body, getting a good squeeze there.
Yeah.
What did we do from there? We did,
Lat raises.
I think we transitioned to dumbbell rows.
Yeah.
We did one-arm dumbbell rows, which is basically same kind of mechanics, just horizontal instead of more upright. Again, I just think it's better free range of motion, get to work one body part at a time. You can go relatively heavy on it. Feels good. Then we just did some arm stuff, basically, a little pump up for the shoulders. But yeah, did some biceps, one-arm dumbbell curls, alternating, and finished with some hammer curls.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your diet like now? I know if you want to talk about it, I know you're working with Kevin Tomasini.
Mm-hmm.
So take us through that, what your diet's like, cardio, like how everything's going right now.
Sure. So a lot of fish right now. We're officially into depletion now. So we got probably 2 pounds of fish a day, about a pound of chicken a day, a pound of asparagus a day. We got a protein shake at the end of the day with some powdered peanut butter. Kevin told me a little trick with the peanut butter. Take the powdered peanut butter, put a little bit of water in it, mix it up so it actually makes like peanut butter, and then you can just eat it like that. I was putting it in my shakes and it wasn't as enjoyable. But yeah, we just throw the water in there. But that's basically my diet right now, and then a bunch of water.
How about how much cardio does he have you getting right now?
About 50 minutes fasted every morning.
Every morning, okay, definitely fasted. Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead and give us a little bit about your background, bud, with your powerlifting experience and
Sure.
stuff like that.
Sure. So yes, I got a powerlifting background. That was, I did football, wrestling, and then at the end of high school or tail end of high school, I did powerlifting. I want to say I competed in powerlifting for probably 2.5 years, and from the time that I started powerlifting, my first meet to 13 months later, I went from obviously not doing powerlifting at all to becoming a world champion powerlifter. So I think I did my first competition. I won first in bench, second in deadlift. I did another show, or did another competition. I ended up getting picked up by the powerlifting coach for Whitnell High School. His name's RG. It was short for Rusty Gears. He was everybody gave him shit for that, but wise beyond his years. He was an awesome mentor. But yeah, so I work with RG and his team for the state competition. We ended up winning state by quite a bit. Went on to nationals. Kind of shit the bed for high school nationals. Then went to men's nationals a few weeks later. Nailed it there, and then qualified for the world team. Trained all summer for the world team. This was the same year I graduated high school. I just turned 18 at the time, and then it was like a month later we went to all the way halfway around the world to Hungary, Orosháza, Hungary, for the world competition. And I ended up winning first there. I think I was seeded third, but ended up with my best meet of my life. I think it totaled like a 1785. I had like a 705 squat, a 425 bench, and a 650 deadlift.
At what age?
Just freshly 18.
That's amazing, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, we don't touch those numbers now.
Yeah, just naturally a very strong guy then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's insane, man. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight. And you were, it was a world record for your weight?
There was no world record set, but But yeah, I was in the 93 kilo class, so that's basically up to 205 pounds for sub juniors. So basically everyone that was 18 or under. So yeah, that's what I won the world championships in.
Wow, that's impressive, man. Very cool. Now talking about, we were off camera, we were talking about your posing. Could you go into that a little bit? I mean, you're an amazing poser, man, and just tell people how you didn't have a trainer, you just have self-taught.
Yes. Yes, so I always kind of had a passion for bodybuilding ever since I really started lifting weights. We talked about this kind of off camera where I just was really, once I got into lifting weights, I was really into the magazines. So Muscular Development, Flex Magazine, Muscle and Fitness. I would read those in class instead of reading like the books and paying attention in class. And I would read all the workout articles. I'd make my own workouts. I'd take ideas from one and put it in another. And I was making workouts for people in high school. Like I was just really into all that stuff. And then it led over to, I got exposed to simplyshredded.com, which was like, they had a whole motivational video page where I got exposed to a lot of the athletes and their biographies. So then I started looking at all these athletes, looking them up and looking at all these guys' posing routines. And then after watching enough posing routines, you start practicing in the mirror, you know, casually you get out of the shower, you're practicing posing or something. And you just, that became a pretty repetitive thing over years and years, and all of a sudden you start kind of putting stuff together. And once I finally decided to compete in bodybuilding, obviously got more intentional with posing and putting everything together, but to this day I've actually never prepared an actual posing routine. Every time I've gone up on stage, I've totally wung it. Like I probably knew the first pose or maybe the second pose that I was going to do, and then the rest I just let myself, I just express myself and I just go.
You just try to pick a song you like then?
Yeah, it's basically, a lot of it has to do with the song, because the song will move you, you know? Mm-hmm. And usually when it's a song you're familiar with, like, you know kind of where things land, where the beat drops and everything, so you can time out a lot of that stuff as long as you practice enough. But yeah, that was basically how I really got into posing. I did get coached a little bit by Chris Cormier for a while, getting ready for my pro debut. We did a Skype posing session, and then he came over to the house when we went over to Palm Springs. That's where the venue was. But we got to do a little hands-on posing there, and then Stacy and Kevin did help me with posing too. I did want to mention that, because that's when I first met them. It was at a posing seminar that I got peer pressured into going to, and I think it was Kevin. Yeah, I think it was Kevin and Stacy. They both, like, they gave me like individual attention at the posing seminar, and I think that's where we really kind of hit it off.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did you ever? You always knew you wanted to bodybuild. Did you have your goals when you started? Was Classic Physique even around yet, or no? It was just.
Yeah, like when I first got into competing, that was the first year Classic Physique was coming out. Okay. So I thought this would be a perfect division to start with. Mm-hmm. And then also being that like I was new to everything, I think it was Kevin and Stacy that brought up the idea I should just cross over into bodybuilding since I was able to for the show. Yeah. So I ended up my first show doing classic and bodybuilding. So basically the same poses and everything, same kind of criteria for the most part, just got to get two different kinds of trunks. But yeah, won the overall my first show in Classic Physique, and then took second in bodybuilding in that same show. Went on the Junior Nationals 3 weeks later, took second there, and ended up getting my pro card, because that year they were giving out pro cards for top two. Mm-hmm. And then I shut it down for about a year, put on some size, and then got ready for my pro debut.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck. Anyone you'd like to thank? I'm sorry, before we say goodbye here.
Oh, yes. I like to thank a lot of people. I would like to thank, first off, Kevin and Stacy Tomasini for just being able to recognize potential and help cultivate the talent that I believe that I have. And they continue to just be selfless and incredibly helpful in this whole mentoring coaching process. I'd like to thank my mom, really my parents in general. They help me at home, cooking food for me. From time to time, they don't do all of it, but I will give them credit for what they do. But yeah, just like in in the house, like having like that low stress and then being able to kind of cover your gaps like that and being a true support system, that's huge. Then outside family, I got my grandparents, aunts, uncles, there's so many to name, but like family in general, like they've been a huge support. So like I do this for them. And then also like just my friends, my girlfriend, like she has been in my corner this whole prep, encouraging me. She was prepping with me for a while, so that was really cool. We were in sync there. But she's just always been an awesome cheerleader. I got my friends at the gym that always are giving me love and support and encouraging me, telling me I'm going to be doing great. I'd like to thank Animal House Gym for being the gym that I train at for 8 years now, maybe 9. Jeez, I don't even know. But those are like my big thank yous. And then just anybody who's just giving me positive vibes on social media, just told me that I'm doing a good job, or they've just been watching me, or just the people that get inspiration from me, like that inspires me to be more of who I am. So I just like to thank all those people.
Well, good deal, man. That's nice to hear. No, you look amazing, man. I hope you kill it at Chicago. Good luck there, and then maybe we'll be seeing you later down the road then at the Olympia if all goes well.
Oh, absolutely. If everything goes well, you will see me there.
Well, good deal, man. It was great to meet you, bud, and we're going to do our photo shoot here. But good luck in Chicago, and definitely everyone follow him and see how everything goes for him. I'm sure he's going to do some serious damage up there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep.